Oh, the observation of the day is so fun so far. The young people are really, really engaged, and their perception of what is happening and their ideas is a great way for them to sit down together. And even though they're coming from different places and different backgrounds and different understanding, they're coming together to work on the one same goal.
The officers have been really enjoying it because quite often you don't get the opportunity to speak directly to the young people in this kind of a situation where it's like a safe space, it's a safe environment, and usually a lot of the feedback that we're getting is around the negative interaction. So this has been wonderful because officers have been getting the opportunity to speak to young people in a nice controlled environment where they're able to speak to them freely.
Events like this are really important as we move forward with our new Met for London. A lot of this is around building trust and confidence with our communities. Historically, we haven't been great in listening to our communities, and a lot of the time we have led the conversation. Events like this are really important for us to actively listen.
So our team's really fixated on this idea of knowing your rights. Sort of knowing the human side of the police actually. They're really keen on this idea of exploring getting to know the police officer, like knowing who's in your local area, what your local services look like, what stuff's on offer, and they really wanted to get to know the police so that they feel safer. So we're looking at sort of solutions around like how do we actually get to know the police better.
I'm so happy with how they've engaged. Immediately after the first 5 or 10 minutes of being introduced to the designers and the mentors that are sitting with them, you could immediately see them getting involved and contributing to writing out their thoughts on the walls and on pieces of paper, actively responding to the questions that our designers are throwing at them in part of that discovery work. So really have been quite pleased with how quickly they've been engaged with the entire process.
The young people, they're great minds, and they're happy to challenge the way we think and challenge our processes, and that's what we need because we're in a point where we go through the same process and we have people looking at our process with a different lens. So we've got all different age groups, all different backgrounds, and that for me is a really interesting prospect of what we can deliver.
When I first came here, I had some preconceived notions, which later I had to change because I realized like I got to learn different perspectives and I got to hear a different idea from an actual police officer.
I think it was such an amazing day, the first one. We were a bit apprehensive going into it about the conversations that the young people in the police would have and whether the young people would feel a bit reserved, asking quite, tough questions, but actually everyone came into it with an open mind. The police were really open to answering any questions.
What we will come out of today is a prototype. So we've got 5 groups of young people working with designers, and we've got them working with the police and external businesses as mentors, and they will come out with 5 different kind of prototypes, if you like, of what they would like to see the police begin to develop. After today, we will then start looking at what we do in terms of developing that solution. Some of the young people who are here today were at the very first event, so they already realise that we're moving forward, and then these young people will be part and parcel of the development going forward. So they actually see that something happens when they speak.
I did have a lot of expectations coming into today. I believe they truly have been met. I've enjoyed myself. I've met a bunch of people with different skill sets, and I've been able to learn, and I've been able to get ideas that bounce between these people. And I love the fact that I've been able to learn a lot from people my age as well. Last time I was here and we were working with these teams, I felt like I took more of a leadership role in that environment, and I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed the productivity and the team success that I was able to share. And that has definitely steered my ambitions in wanting to be a project manager.
The only word I can say is wow. The energy in the room and what everyone's brought to this whole day, I think it's been fantastic. So thank you.